As a leader, are you doing enough to bring your people along on the AI journey? I ask this because coincidentally, just in the last week, 3 seemingly unrelated things happened, which are all related to this topic of bringing your people along on the AI journey. And the first is that I read an article from the MIT Media Lab where they surveyed a lot of leaders and they found that 95% of AI projects that were started failed. They didn't meet their goals. That's the first thing. The second thing is that last week I was speaking in New Zealand at a conference for principals, school principals in Wellington. And I ran and I did a keynote presentation about being a future-ready leader, but I also ran a workshop about principals building the AI policy for their school. And one of the leaders in that workshop asked me, is this something that we have to do? Are we responsible for creating the AI policy for our school? Because it seems like a lot. And the third thing that happened was a couple of days after that, there's a group called Thinkers 360, and they listed me as one of their top 50 thought leaders in change management, which I was chuffed by. And change management seems like something from the 1990s, but it's still relevant today, especially in the area of AI. And this is the common thread between those 3 things. So let's look at the last one first, change management. We talk about it a lot, like we're going through a lot of change, a lot of uncertainty, and how are you managing that? And anyone who's been through a change management or a digital disruption process or digital transformation, or now AI integration process, knows that to make it work, you have to put people first and then bring the technology or the processes, the workflows along second, not the other way around. If you don't have the hearts and minds of your people, then whatever process you're trying to do, whatever initiative you're trying to create is going to fail. So bringing AI into your business, your organization, is about change management. Similar with those school principals, I said to that principal and to everyone else in the workshop, yes, it is your responsibility, but you don't have to do all the work. In fact, the best thing that you can do is identify AI champions in your team who will pick up the ball and run with it, who are already keen, enthusiastic about using it. You just need to give them a framework and some guardrails and help them and support them and facilitate them bringing AI into your organization. And the third thing, the first one that I mentioned, was about that MIT Media Lab survey that said that 95% of AI projects fail. So you might be wondering why that's the case. And what the researchers found was the leaders who they surveyed, broadly, they said the reason is because AI isn't good enough yet. It still makes mistakes. It's still not reliable. It's still a bit clunky. But actually, that wasn't the real problem. The real problem, the researchers found when they dug a little bit deeper, was that these leaders hadn't engaged their people well enough. So it wasn't just the AI that was a problem. The bigger problem was that the people weren't engaged in that journey. So with all of these situations, and with your situation as well, if you're trying to engage people and bring AI and adopt AI and integrate AI into the way that you work, then make sure you bring your people on the journey first. So how do you do that? Well, there's a number of steps, but I reckon the first thing that you should do is have an open, honest, transparent conversation with your people about AI. Not about the technology, but about how they feel about AI. So win their hearts over first, engage them at a heart level before you think about engaging them at a head level. If you'd like to know how to do this, you can download a worksheet that I prepared, which will give you some questions and some conversation starters for that conversation. So download it, share it with your team, share it with other leaders in your organization, and use it to have that honest conversation about AI. Bring them on the journey and get that right first before you start looking at technology. I'll see you in the future.